Anyone newly joined? Not newly joined, newly left people only there. Okay, so here it is my Windows server. I increased my RAM capacity to 224 GB. Okay, next. Okay, it is already in the domain, guys. To install a to install Hyper-V in Windows servers, it not required to be in a domain. But if you are in a domain, it is give you authentication easily. Okay. So first thing is we have to check what is hypervisor is enabled or not. Okay, virtualization is enabled or not. That is we have to check in our machine. Right. So I go to CMD, or you can go to task manager also. So server manager will open. It will take time. First I will show you in the task manager. Guys, it is visible or not?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir.
Go to performance, CPU, virtualization is enabled. Before you install Hyper-V, compulsory check virtualization is enabled. In my virtual machine, I have got a enabled. Already I told what to do. You have to do the check mark. Whenever you creating a virtual machine, before you install OS, when you are creating a virtual machine, the check mark is important. Adding a 3 lines. The 3 lines I already told. What are the 3 lines you should add it to the kind of stuff, right? Hypervisor enable 0 kind of stuff is there, no? That is this 3 lines. These 3 lines we should add it to .vmx file. Okay, so that one you can check it in a while. I am installing my server, so that time I mentioned that one. Okay, next one is system info dot exe. This will generate a system information. What are the kind of stuff in this one? So you can see what is my host name, what is my operating system, 2019 data center evolution. Yeah, this point I missed in a Windows Server 2019 part, means data center, and then already I told in Windows servers. That's why I'm telling. So one processor, 4 GB RAM. Total RAM is 4 GB. You can increase the virtual memory, depends upon as per your requirement. Okay. So you can find Hyper-V requirement. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So virtualization enabled in the firmware. Secondly, level address translation is yes. Okay. So this is about your requirements met or not. Next, how to install a role. How to install a role? Tell me. Server manager is already open.
Add role and features.
Very good. Go to manage, add
role
roles and
feature.
features. Here it is a role. Directly you can go to role page. This is the Hyper-V. You can read the required Hyper-V things. Host gardening services. Okay. Identity management services. Those kind of related to Hyper-V gardening purpose only. But I'm not doing anything. Just Hyper-V. Select this option. Okay. Add features. So Hyper-V, we have to do check mark, add the features. That's it. No need to do anything. Just go to next. If you want anything here, so then you can try. Containers are there like that. Okay, now I'm not doing anything, just only Hyper-V. Okay, only Hyper-V. I'm not doing anything from here. Only Hyper-V. Install Hyper-V. Okay. So it is telling where you install Hyper-V role. It is also telling things not. Before you install this role, you must identify with the network connection on this server. You want to use it for a setting up virtual machines. After you install Hyper-V, you can use Hyper-V Manager to create and configure virtual machines. This is a Ethernet. If you check this one, this is create a external Ethernet kind of stuff. Okay, so then external switch will be created automatically. I'm not doing it, just show you that one only. You can check it, no problem. So this is Hyper-V can be configured to send and receive live migration of virtual machines on this server. Configure Hyper-V now enable any available network on this network to be used for live migration. If you want to dedicate a specific network for live migration, use Hyper-V settings for what you want to run. Guys, we are in the Active Directory. That's why we got a Kerberos authentication. If you are not a authenticate Active Directory domain, okay, if your machine is not in an Active Directory domain or you are not a no Active Directory in our environment, so then it will show us this option only. Both are okay, but if you see Kerberos is more secure, this is less secure. This is authenticated by self systems only, and this is a Active Directory authentication. Kerberos Active Directory authentication. What is this authentication for? For a live migration. Live migration means I have a virtual machine in the one server. I want to migrate, means move the virtual machine from one server to another server without shutting down the server. That is called a live migration. That is called a live migration. Ask me again if I forget. Okay, so I will tell live migration also. This is the location of, by default location of virtual machines where you want to store the virtual machines. I'm leaving like that only. I'm not doing anything. I done only one thing is check mark and select this option. Even though if you don't check it, no problem, because we don't have any additional host here. Only we can able to run one host only. And select this option. So then it will restart automatically. It restarts automatically. Click install. Guys, it will take 2 times of, it is take a 2 times restart process. Okay. Okay. This is okay. Like once it is finished, immediately it will restart. Nothing to do anything, just it will restart automatically. Okay, so why 2 time restart? I said it is a future type of thing. Okay, not just a role, just like a update type on. This is your hardware layer, and Hyper-V we are installing based on a operating system, that to Windows Server. Your Windows Server operating system providing this Hyper-V manager. Okay, Hyper-V feature or a role. Operating system providing Hyper-V role or a feature. So first time it will install that manager related things or Hyper-V related services on the operating system. Then it will install on the hardware directly. Okay, meaning is normally any applications runs on OS, but this runs directly on the hardware. It is a kind of type 1 virtualization merged with operating system type. Means this is the Hyper-V service directly runs interact with your hardware. So irrespective of what operating system you are, it runs directly on your hardware. So first it will install an operating system and then it install on the hardware. It is restarting, guys. It will take little bit time. Again, it will take another 5 minutes kind of stuff. Okay, sit and relax. Okay, finally it is restarted. It take very less time only. 4 GB effect. Okay. At least I am trying to show you Hyper-V. Okay, I like to show vSphere. Only I showed a vSphere for you how vSphere is the machine is look like and how to access. That point only I told, but I didn't tell you how to create a virtual machine in a vSphere and all. We'll see if we can able to do complete things. Guys, Hyper-V is installed successfully. It will do. We have to wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. So once it is everything is open, I'll show you Hyper-V interface. The first thing I will show you how to create a virtual machine in the Hyper-V and means what is the generation 1, generation 2 kind of stuff. I will show you first. Um, okay, and also no. Yeah, generation 1, generation 2, how to create a virtual machine. By default, I will create a um, uh, a, um, one network, but later I will show you again. After that one, I will show you different type of networks and other things also. So let it open. So meanwhile, I will go to the disk management. mgmt.msc. It is yeah, I said no, so you have to wait. So it will be finished automatically. So once it is installation correctly, okay. So if virtualization is not enabled, it will throw error here. Okay. So not after restart, before restart only. Okay. Okay, we have only C drive, so we'll see some more things. Can try. Let it complete, then I will shut down and I will change few things and I will restart again. So it will save more time than copying, pasting kind of stuff. I think. There's a feature called capture screen is also there. When system is alive, can we do this one or not? I will try. Z drive. Okay. I have a physical drive. Z drive is there now. I'm trying to add it. So important is next. Finish it. Okay. Yeah, it is finished. Okay, installation. So what I'm trying to do is very good. Can you see this is my Z drive? My physical machine data I can able to see from the virtual machine. See, this is my physical machine Z drive. In the Z drive, I have a data. Can you see the data? DevOps folder, apps folder, OS folder. Okay, guys. So what are the data here in my physical machine? I can view from my virtual machine as a shared folder. How I done? Very simple. Go to VM. Better you have to do in a when system is off condition. I went to the settings. Guys, when system is alive, also you can add a hardware also. That is also I will tell. So you can go to shared folders. Shared folders. It isn't disabled. I enabled it. And map as a network drive in a Windows guest. And I click on add. Which one I want to add, I can able to add it from here. So if I want to add something like from my Z drive, entire Z drive I added. Okay. If I want to add a only entire E drive, or maybe I want to add a only this batch 15 thing. Okay, only batch 15 folder only I can able to add it. So I'm adding a batch 15 also. See, Z drive added, batch 15 is also added. So you can go to options, shared folder, always enable until next power of or suspended. Also you can select like that also. Okay, you can select enable until next power of or suspended. So why we take this? So always enable, select this check mark, add, browse, select it. Okay, click OK. Then obviously we'll get another shared folder. So you can see in my why I am not getting this one. Yeah, the Z drive only, Z drive and batch 15 both are coming like this. See, this is my data in the batch 15 folder, which is in the E drive, and this is complete Z drive data. Okay, so why I added like this? Because on my Z drive I have all my virtual machines, their operating systems are located here only. Okay, so this is the first thing. So no need to restart, no need to wait also. Next, because I have a C drive only. I have a only C drive. You want to split the disk, like you can go to shrink volume and you can create a separate 20 GB volume to create a virtual machine, running virtual machine related. But I'm not doing it because it's only 60 GB RAM, only 60 GB part. Okay. What I'm trying to do is just wait, let it come. So I'm not splitting this disk. I will add a additional hard disk because already I told some storage. Okay, so I'm adding a already having a 60 GB hard disk. I'm adding a some 100 GB hard disk. Next, SCSI hard disk. SCSIs are hot swappable. Anytime we can add, anytime we can able to off. You can see in the bottom, ID disks are added only while VM is power off. NVMe disk can be added only when while VM is power off, means cold swappable. First option, last option, cold swappable, only when off condition. iSCSI usually hot swappable. Okay, iSCSI hot swappable. That's why when system is alive, you can able to add a disk. Create a new virtual hard disk. Yes. How much volume you want to create? So don't select this option. Select this single file. I put a 160 GB. Anything you can put it. Why? Because of it's a dynamically expanding. So I put a 160 GB. Okay. So like this, it is created and added. So you can see 160 GB is added. Click OK. That is should not be happen. It is happened here. So this thing should not be happen. Restoring virtual machine state should not be happen. Okay, it should be added directly. If it is showing like that, it means it will occupy more space. Just like it is a snapshot type. Don't take snapshots. Why? Because it will occupy more space. Now disk is offline. Make it as online. Disk is initialized. I make it as a GPT. I don't want to do more things. Simple volume. Create 160 GB single volume only. NTFS volume only. So I have another drive. So like this. Okay. Also you can add NICs. If you want to add NICs also you can add it. But guys, always it is better to add any hardware device when virtual machine is turned off. Okay. That will give a better way of looking at it. Okay. Currently, I'm not doing anything, just very simple. I added a hard disk and you can see the hard disk from here also. Disk, two hard disks are there. Okay. Two hard disks. One is 60, another is 160 GB. SAS means serial attached SCSI, serial attached SCSI storage. Okay, the thing is Hyper-V, right? So what are the things are required? So that is Hyper-V. We look at here. So Hyper-V is located under Windows Administrative Tools. Windows Administrative Tools. You have to scroll down and find where is the Hyper-V. This is the Hyper-V. Okay. You can get it from here also. VMware Manager, sorry, Server Manager Tools. You can find Hyper-V from here also. You can search Hyper-V Manager. You can find Hyper-V Manager. Hyper-V Manager. Okay. If in case you don't want like that, you want to save more space, then better go to like this. What I'm trying to do is I will do two things. One is I'll keep it in my start menu. So then I can access my Hyper-V from here, or I can pin to taskbar. I can pin to taskbar. And I like to pin my server manager to my taskbar like this. Okay. So whenever I require, I will click here, it will open, right? See, this is a Hyper-V manager. Just I need a Hyper-V manager only. Okay. Do not run anything which is you are currently not using. So don't run those things in your PC. Okay. This is a Hyper-V manager. In the right side, you can see connected to server. Connected to another computer means if you have a remote Hyper-V servers are there, you can connect remote Hyper-V servers from here and you can manage it. Currently, myself, I'm a Hyper-V platform is also there. This is my Wins S1. Okay, so this is your Hyper-V manager. You can see actions. You can create a new virtual machines, new virtual hard disk, new virtual floppy disk. You can import a virtual machines from other host, Hyper-V settings, switch manager, virtual SAN manager, edit disk, inspected disk, stop service, remove server, refresh shell. And file options and exit, view, add or remove columns and like that. Okay, help center is there. If you want to know about more about a Hyper-V manager kind of stuff, if you are connected to internet, you can go for this one. Okay, so here it is, Hyper-V settings. Hyper-V settings. Guys, this is will tell you where by default your virtual machine should store. Where your virtual machine stores. When you are creating a virtual machine, so then that time it will show you this link. So every time you have to change the location of virtual machine. So this is the E drive. This is E drive. So I want to put all my virtual machines and virtual hard disk into E drive only, not everywhere, not a public documents, definitely not in a C drive. Definitely not in a C drive. So I put everything under E drive, Hyper-V folder. Okay, virtual hard disk folder. All my virtual hard disk. Virtual machines. Again, virtual machines also will store under Hyper-V folder. Virtual hard disk stores by default Hyper-V virtual hard disk folder and this one. So I changed it. I customized it. UMAS spanning, okay, it is a non-uniform memory architecture nodes, something is there kind of. This is a live migration, guys. So I want to explain what is live migration and cold migration also. Okay, so look at here. This is one Hyper-V host. This is another Hyper-V host. This is the main theme of first theme means multiple virtual machine kind of concept. Okay, so this is my server 1, this is my Hyper-V server 2. Okay, guys, understand only the names are different, companies, technologies, names are different, concept is same for everything. For example, both side VMware, vSphere, Same only. Look at here. This is my virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3, virtual machine 4. This is virtual machine 5 is running here. Now I feel server 1 having a lot of virtual machines. Now for example, this is a web server is running here. Now client is accessing clients are accessing a web server. Okay, client is accessing web server, and currently what I thinking is okay, is more burden on my physical host. It is more CPU RAM burden is there because of I'm running 4 virtual machines, and that to this particular virtual machine required more memory, more resources. So what I have done, I migrate this virtual machine from one server to another server. Both are in a same network, same authentication system only. So I migrate this Butler VM4 from server 1 to server 4 lively. What I'm saying, it is live migration. Live migration means this client is accessing the web server. For example, is accessing a website. He never down means PC means virtual machine is transferring from one machine to another machine, but still the client never face downtime. Client never face downtime of a virtual machine. Understand, guys? Live migration. Live migration, hot migration. Move vMotion in a vSphere. Okay, so vMotion is a service in a vSphere service. vSphere service. These are all same only. What is a live migration? Migrate or move. Move means cut paste only. Virtual machines from one host to other host without power of VM. Okay, without power of the virtual machine, you can able to migrate lively. Okay, guys, understand this part?
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people are disconnected. I don't know. Now, for example, I want to transfer my virtual machine from one location to another location, but it is like I want to copy into a external hard disk. I want to copy into external hard disk, and I will import to other machine. Okay, this is my external hard disk or a external storages, or maybe I want to deploy in a different locations. In these cases, or maybe you don't want to do any live migration. Live migration is not important, so only you want to migrate directly. Okay, so either it is directly from one host to another host, or you copy into your external resources and copy to paste to another machine. It's like a cold migration type. Okay, cold migration. So what we do, we export. Okay, we export from here to a another machine, or another storage place, and we import into the machine. Import. Okay, it is in a power off condition. In power off condition. For example, there is a user is accessing this virtual machine. There is user is accessing this virtual machine. He'll feel downtime. He'll feel he got a downtime. Okay, downtime is there. Downtime is there. Okay, till this machine is runs and connect back because of cold migration. In this one, no downtime. Okay, so it is not working. So this is, it is a live migration. Okay, live in a live migration, no downtime. It is server runs perfectly, but this is the, there is a downtime. Okay, that is the thing. So again, storage migration, live migration, storage migration, that are, settings are there. Again, we can see export, import, or a call. It's like a copy paste kind of stuff. Okay, it is like a copy paste kind of stuff. So this is like you can see, migrate a virtual machine from migrate or a copy, because it can be exist in a both the machines, possibilities also there. So you can migrate or a copy a virtual machine from one host to other host by directly or through storage or a network. Network means like a NAS type, shared folders. Actually, shared folders directly is nothing is there. It is a nothing but a shared folders only. Okay. Directly, direct storage means like a through network, or you copy into one drive and we can do it. Okay. Through storage kind of stuff means external hard disk kind of stuff. Just for example, for understanding, you copy into external hard disk and copy back to the machine in VM power off condition. VM will be power off. Without power off, you can't migrate. Guys, here it is a settings. How many live migrations you are accept from your virtual machine to, sorry, your host to other host? How many live migrations you will accept? So here it is 2 by default. By default. Simultaneous. We are sending as well as you are receiving, like that. Enable incoming and outgoing live migrations. Incoming, outgoing, like this. Use any available network for live migration. Use IP address for a live migration. Okay, any available means anything in the network. But here it is specific only. I want to get migrated from or to between these two things, not between any other virtual machine. Or like you can specific host only, you can do migration or any host in the network. Okay, next is storage migration, means your virtual hard disk migration. Enhanced mode policy. So enhanced session mode allow redirect your local device and resources from computer running virtual machine connections. like a resource connections kind of stuff. You can allow it now also. Replication. What is this replication? It is a geo replication. I have a virtual machine. Okay, I have a virtual machine. If I put a keep, I can take a backup and store the backup also. But problem is, if any physical disasters occur, big floods will occur, right? Maybe earthquakes occurs, wars will occur, right? In that time, so it is very difficult to secure your data centers, your data, your virtual machines in the locations. So what we do, we keep it in a different geographical locations. Usually I will tell this geographical replications thing in a story wise. That is like, Hyderabad cyber city kind of stuff. At the time of 90s time only, we got a IT related things like IBM data centers are installed for geo replication servers in the Hyderabad, because it is very less possibility of earthquakes and other kind of means physical damage is occurring is very less. Floods, like that, violence or kind of threats, kind of stuff very less in Hyderabad is compared to rest of the places. Like they selected few places, Hyderabad is the one of the best one. So luckily we got that time people Rajiv Gandhi they agreed to do it. Okay, so whatsoever it is, so IT companies are like, even though US based company somewhere it is located, okay, their data stores in Hyderabad data centers, or maybe Mumbai data centers, or China data centers, Australia data centers. So different locations it stores. So what is the advantage? If I lost the data in my geographical location because of the physical damage of servers, so I can able to get it back. That's why cloud is more popular, because in different places the cloud data centers are there. So you can replicate the data from one place to another place. Like this, you can tell where you want to store. Keyboard, so how to use an physical keyboard, like that it is there. Mouse click release kind of stuff. Enhance session mode, okay, and reset check boxes. When whatever I check it, if I want to reset it, so that's it. Click OK. Okay, so guys, this is the Hyper-V settings. Yeah, this is a network switch manager is there, and next one is how to create a virtual machine, how to create a virtual hard disk also there. So like last time I showed a different type of virtual hard disk like a VHD, VHDX. Here also you can see few things. VHD maximum 2 terabyte, VHDX 64 terabyte, VHD set. It is newly introduced in a Windows 10. It's a shared virtual hard disk only, and enable backup of virtual machine group using shared virtual hard disk. This virtual format is supported operating system earlier than it not supported earlier than Windows 10. It newly introduced from Windows 10 on. 2019 only I'm seeing, maybe 16. VHD, VHDX we discussed. VHD support 2 terabyte of single virtual hard disk, 64 terabyte of one single hard disk supported by VHDX type of things. Here is a three type of hard disk are there: fixed, dynamically expanding, differencing. Fixed already explained yesterday. So once you created a hard disk, it occupy when you create a disk. Like you created 10 GB fixed virtual hard disk, it occupy 10 GB space in the physical location. Dynamically expanding, how much data you keep it in a virtual hard disk, that much space only it will occupy. Differencing disk is a parent and child type. It means the parent disk, the referencing disk or parent disk having a data, okay, child disk will get a data from the parent. You change the data in your child disk. It does not affect on your parent and other child disk. So this is the disk name, and you can configure. So how much size you want it. Just if you click finish or a next and finish. So finally you'll create a virtual hard disk. I'm not creating anything, just to show you those options. Also you can create a network related. You can see internal network, external network, MAC addresses. So when you create a virtual machine and you are assigned a network, so automatically MAC addresses assigned from here only. Okay. That's it for now. So next one, I will show you how to create a virtual machine. What is a generation 1? What is a generation 2? Okay. And then network kind of stuff. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just relax for 5 minutes. I don't do much time. Okay.